All right, good evening. We're here tonight with Cyberveteran and Professor Michael Hayden of a United States Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant retired, who we're honored to have and who knows a hell of a lot more about getting stuff done than any MBA ever went to school with. And we're here with the son and of a United States Marine Corps Colonel, hoorah. And the focus of our Cyberveteran class is veteran-owned businesses for dependents, to include wives and sons, family, which is a key segment so that the veteran or the active duty military member can sustain his family while he's deployed. So with that as background, my name is Joe. I am a graduate of Harvard undergrad and Stanford JD and MBA classes in entrepreneurship. And we're here with Mike, who's a former gunny, as I said. And we have here with us Kyle. Kyle, if you don't mind introducing yourself just for background, and then we will go into your 30-second elevator pitch.
All right. Well, one thing, I'm a young student aspiring to be a musician and engineer. And hopefully I can find a route that reflects those two things in the military, most definitely. And I suppose I have for you guys a business proposal.
And just by way of just one question for background.
Yeah.
Your father is a colonel in the Marine Corps who served 30 years,
right.
And you are how old?
19.
Okay, so 19 of those 30 years, you retired 3-4 years ago. Approximately 17 of those 30 years, you're a family member, so this is, among other things, an example of a type of veteran-owned business that we could structure legally. Thanks for that answer. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing that stands out about this business proposal, as far as it goes, it sounds like a pretty dainty idea. It involves soap and candles. But with said soap, by making and selling soap, I was hoping to grant free soap to, say, homeless veterans or any group of a veterinary program. So that will allow, I guess, sanitation to be spread out more and the yardstick of civilization to grow. Yeah.
That's a noble cause. All right, so give us your 30-second elevator pitch. Or was that it?
All right, well, for starters, yeah.
Okay, if that's your 30-second elevator pitch, we have here, and I did work for Professor Hayden. I was an unpaid volunteer, but he taught a class in entrepreneurship, which I was proud to support him on. Professor Hayden, do you have any critiques of the elevator pitch?
Okay. Well, you've got a cause that you're trying to support, but the actual business, I have no idea exactly, other than you're going to make soap.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
it's okay. So I think anytime you want to start off with any pitch, we usually start off with this kind of an idea of an unmet need, or some way to begin the process of understanding that this is a viable business and you have some customers. So you'd start off with, there's a problem is homemade soap's very expensive, and the places where the brick and mortar stores that are selling homemade soap have quite a large overhead. So we want to alleviate that by having women that are military spouses that have access to, base facilities or some type of supply chain where they can get the certain ingredients. And what we want to do is we want to leverage the old flowers that are at florist shops that are no longer being used, and some of the different fruit farms or the different whatever farms that have different materials that you can put in soap to make them pretty and smell good. And we want to create this accessibility to the bases, whether it's through the florists on the base or the florists near the bases, make partnerships so we can have free products for the women to create the soaps. And then instead of having brick and mortars, we want to utilize the military's, the AFEs, also some of the direct stores like Ralph's and Vaughn's to sell homemade soap in order to capture the market for a reasonable price. And with that being said, the proceeds we intend to give at least 10%, and then also any excess soap that maybe the ugly soap we're going to give out to veterans to support, or to homeless veterans, to charities, to local orphanages, to local battered women's shelters, and then give a lot of the product where it would take us to recycle these defect these not perfect shaped soaps. We would just go ahead and box them up and give them away, something like that. I'm just spitballing. It's not my idea, but and then in order to do this, we could also consider the additional markets, even international markets, by utilizing the space available, aircraft and AP supply chain to get the soaps over into other countries as well. So we could support an entire network on all the different military bases, as well as provide outlets to sell them overseas for spouses that are overseas. And that would be a better pitch, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very well said.
Yeah. So, why don't you try one more time?
Kyle, do you have any? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Do you have any? Let's go ahead.
Okay, so as incentive for people to buy the soap,
start off with the problem, and then you start off with soap's expensive, especially the handmade boutique soaps.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Handmade soap. Well, here I would even go a step further. Here, let me start off by saying this. I would say, do you know what the chemicals are in soap? Have you ever looked at a bar of Zest and looked at all the chemicals? Do you know what that does to your skin? Do you have any idea what these different chemicals are doing to your body? Right. Well, one is they're stripping your body of nutrients. What my idea I propose is, one is to have handmade healthy soap that has blah 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 beautiful whatever you want to say and then go into and here's our business model. Here's what we're going to do is we are going to provide a workforce of military spouses in order to make this soap, and our supply chain is going to include getting free flowers and free things, and then but I think that the problem therein lies is the soap. Regular soap is harmful. Handmade soap is very expensive.
Right.
We want to solve both those problems and support military veterans and spouses by doing this, which in turn we can utilize the excess soap or the ugly soap to give to veterans and homeless shelters.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now you got it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, you have 30 seconds.
All right. So
Ready? Are you ready? You tell me when. Just give me a 3, 2, 1, and then
all right. Go for it.
go.
All right. So one major problem with industrially made soap, and also handmade soap, is that they both are hosted by extremely overpriced, sellers, and as well as the fact that the chemicals used in those soaps are extremely unorganic.
Let's start off like this. Start again. You ever looked at a bar of soap and looked at the ingredients in the store?
All right, we're going to cut right here just because I'm